Let's stay on the UK. This was a powerful clip. John McDonnell would be the Chancellor of the Exchequer, which is, I don't know how to describe. I don't know what the analog. I mean, it's like Treasury, but far more important. Really a broad set of power over domestic spending and domestic policy priorities. I'd say it's the second most powerful position in UK government. It's certainly the way it was under Blair and Brown. Gordon Brown had a lot of power. John McDonnell is another incredibly admirable socialist and progressive leader who really, these guys held this flame not only under Thatcherism and global neoliberalism, but really under Iraq privatization schemes, the giveaways to the city under Tony Blair. And these guys really, really, really care about workers. They have a serious plan on climate. And John McDonnell is also not willing to take any bullshit. In this clip, Richard Dearlove, who's the former head of the UK intelligence service, who was basically MI6, to put it just really simply, they stood by the Blair government's total dishonesty about the Iraq WMD intelligence. And that Richard Dearlove was in charge of MI6 during that period of the Blair government. So let's watch this exchange.
Before we go on with the rest of the interview, I did want to give you the opportunity to respond to an interview that we did a bit earlier in the show with Sir Richard Dearlove, the former head of MI6, who said that he's troubled by some of Jeremy Corbyn's past associations, some of which he finds surprising and worrying. What's your response to those concerns?
Well, I'm not surprised. Look, this is a reactionary member of the establishment. So I don't think he'd welcome a Labour government of any sort, to be frank, and I'm disappointed with him, but there you are. Can I just say to him directly, I think he should spend his retirement in quiet contemplation of the role that he played with regard to the Iraq war, where over 500,000 people at least were killed. He was strongly criticised as the head of an organisation whose intelligence took us into that war. So I think he should have a bit of humility about the judgments he makes about individuals and others in the future.
Okay, some very strong words from you there, Mr. McDonnell. Now, I want to move on to...
Well, they were strong words. They were strong words. They were strong words from him, with the greatest respect. And if you look at the Chilcot inquiry, his organisation was strongly criticised for its role, and he was the head of that, and it had severe consequences, which we're even living with now. So I think he should spend his retirement with a bit of humility, quite honestly.
That's fantastic. I really like John McDonnell a lot. I would look him up a lot. I mean, obviously I like Corbyn, but I also really like McDonnell. And I think that's perfect. I mean, that's the perfect summation. And I wonder if there's any idiots in the sort of British center who will say, oh my God, it's like Trump.
How can you say that?
He's delegitimizing the intelligence service because they stood by lies about Iraq's WMDs.